Hey y'all, I am Cassie Bollinger. I am here to do a training about following up. Following up. Like, what is following up? So, following up is very important in our business. The reason why is because 70% of first-time buyers will never buy again. Now, I'm going to let that sit for just a minute. 70% of your first-time, one-time only buyers will never buy again. And the reason why is lack of following up. So I'm going to talk about the who, what, where, when, why of following up. So, who do we follow up with? There's so many different people through your journey of your business that you will be following up with. I'll first start when you are just starting out. Like, who do you follow up with because you don't have any customers yet? Or maybe you have one or two. You don't really want to bombard those one or two customers that just started buying from you a day or two after of like, you want to buy again. And that's not always the reason for follow-up. Follow-up is not always just to find new orders. It's to actually check on your customer. So the who. When you have a VIP page, or if you are posting on your personal Facebook page or on Instagram or any kind of social platform, when you're posting intentionally, then you can start to follow up with potential customers who react or respond and comment on your posts. So if they like it, there's always a like, hey, thank you so much for liking my post. I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Have you heard of Scentsy? A real easy follow-up question to their reaction. If they comment on it, that's so beautiful. You can send them a message basically saying it's like, I know. Would you like to know how you could get it for free? So there's a couple of different instances. So in the beginning of your building a business, you're trying to find those customers. That is a good way to start interacting with the people that are commenting or reacting or following your posts. If they're in your VIP group, you can follow up with them just randomly, but you need to create some kind of system. Everything in our business and everything with a business is all about systems. Now, every time that I heard systems, I'd be like, I don't have a system. I don't know. I don't have a system. That's okay. The consistency behind doing something over and over and over is actually a system. It's basically a simple process that we repeat multiple times to get a positive outcome. So I may say system and it may sound scary to you, but it's not scary. It is just a action that you are doing over and over and over to get a positive outcome. So if you put any specials out, like when we have the bundles and saves or any of those options, if they comment on that, that's something to follow up with them is that, did you want to hear about the specials, or did you have any questions about the specials? It's very hard for me to tell you exactly what to tell each and every single one of your customers because I don't set a template for responding back to my customers. I have different relationships with different customers. And guys, I will tell you this from the get-go. It is easier to get customers to become friends than to have your friends become customers. If your friends are not interested, they're not responding to you, just leave it alone. Just bless and release. They may order later on, they may not. You're going to get some pushback, but follow up is the best way to retain and keep customers and build that relationship, build that friendship. There's a lot of different systematic ways that I go through when I'm talking to a customer on my VIP. One way is I will look at their Facebook, or I'll look at our mutual friends, or I'll find them on Instagram. I kind of just look and glance and see, like, do they have kids? Do they have pets? That way I have follow-up questions if they tell me they don't need any warmers or they don't use wax. Then I can be like, oh, okay, that's great. I did notice, or I saw your post, or however you want to word it, that you have a dog or that you have kids. Did you know that we have XYZ? And so that way you can go into allowing them to know that we're more than just warmers and wax. I did write a whole bunch of notes to make sure I covered everything today. So let me look. It is 7 times easier for you to get a repeat customer than to find a new customer. So this is the reason why most people are really successful in this business, is because of follow-up. And then how do you follow up? So we have the who, what, where, when, why, right? I did the 5 W's. So the who was people. It's whoever's reacting, responding. If they place an order, so maybe you're now working your business, you now have orders. It's now been like, now how do I follow up with them? There's so many different ways to do it, and you need to find what brings you joy. What is easiest for you? I can tell you what I do. I can tell you what other people do. You can find and take things from each person on what to do. So when we get an email from Scentsy stating that you have a new order, and it gives you the person's name, phone number, email address, and the order number, you can go into the workstation, you can look at their order and see what they ordered. So with that email that comes out, you have a couple different options. If you feel more comfortable with emails, then send them an email thanking them for their order. If you're more of a texter or a messenger, if you know who the person is, then you can text them, or you can send them a Facebook message or an Instagram message. You can thank them for the order. Simple, easy, didn't cost you a thing. Now, after the order is placed, we get another order saying the order has shipped. At that point, you have a couple different things you could do. You can let them know, hey, I got the notification, your order is being shipped. I'll watch it and I'll let you know when it's supposed to arrive. Now, you have to be able to make sure that you follow up with a customer. If you're going to tell them that you're going to do something, you have to do it. You have to let them know. I normally wait until it says shipped, and then I check the tracking first to see if it's already been picked up or if it's going to be picked up in the next day or so. I could tell you before how long it takes from the Capel distribution center to ship out. Now I don't really know. It is not the same as it has been due to delays. But if someone orders from me, I wait for the email about them it's shipping. Then after it has been shipped, I basically set a reminder on my calendar to check the tracking the next day to see if I have a date. Let's see. Sorry, guys. So that is another way for you to follow up, is you can wait for the email. So we first have how to kind of like check in with customers and follow up on getting orders. Then the next one is when they have orders. Now, another thing that I do is I stop doing Happy Mail instantaneously or weekly or like twice a month. I'm just doing it once a month now. It helps me feel more at ease, that I don't feel pressure to constantly have to be doing Happy Mail, because there are times that I may have 15 orders that go in, and then it's 2 weeks between until I get one order. And I'm like, do I just do the one order, or do I wait for another group? So what I've been doing is, last month I started this, so I'm still kind of working out some kinks. But for the month of May, I sent all of my May thank you mail out like June 15th. So all of June went out earlier this month. I normally wait for after Scentsy payday so I can make sure that I'm not spending my family money. I'm spending Scentsy money on my business. There was something else I was going to say with that. I basically have a system that I've set up in Trello, and it allows me to have a checklist for each customer. I put on there, I have templates for people who, I'm so sorry, my nose is itching. I'm allergic to something right now. Trello. My checklists have $40 or below. So between, if it's a penny to $40, that is, I send the same things out for every single customer. If it's $40 and 1 penny up to $100, they all get the same thing. Then if they are over $100, then I add something different. So each category has something different. So basically it's kind of like I keep adding on. So if they do this amount, they get the basic package Happy Mail. It normally comes with a stamp. Then if they do more, then they get everything in here, but instead of in a stamp, it gets sent into a poly mailer. It's small enough that I can ship it out. Normally it costs me about $3 per person to ship them out. Then of course I take everything from the first one and the second one to the $100 or more, and that one is combined for like in a little bit bigger bag, but because it's a bag, it's still about the same amount. So that's like what else I do for my follow-up. Okay, so the who, what do we need to do for follow-up? Like, what is follow-up? Follow-up is being the consultant that you want. If you order anything online, if you order from another direct sales or small business, how would you want to be treated? How do you want the people to send you a message? Or do you want Happy Mail? Do you want like a little envelope with a thank you handwritten note with confetti? Do you want a bag with some little goodies, like maybe some little samples here and there? Do you want just an email? Do you want just a text message? So your what is be the consultant that you want to be. Who, what, where? Where do I send them? Where will you work your business from? Anywhere. So your where is from your phone, from your computer. You can do this as often or as little as you want, but I'm telling you, follow up works amazing. And at the end, I will tell you how to figure out how to follow up with them. I'm getting there, guys. Let's see, who, what, where. Oh, where? Also, figure out days. So where are you going to, like, in your where? If you're working from your phone, do you have a set time or date? Do you say that maybe you want to do follow-up Fridays or friendship Thursdays, and that way you're doing an interaction? You can actually set up all of your follow-up or relationship building on certain days that you are intentional with that time, and say, like, for an hour on Thursdays, I'm going to interact and I'm going to talk to different people and I'm going to start building the relationship. Like, actually get to know them. Let them get to know you. Kind of have, if they show a kitchen that has sunflowers and sunflowers are your favorite flower, then tell them that. Say, oh my gosh, I love your kitchen. Sunflowers are my favorite. Or if they're showing you something that, you know, that they have their dog and they're a dog mom and they have 4 or 5 dogs and, you know, they're like dog life. If you have 4 or 5 dogs, or if you love dogs, then comment that. But if you're a cat person and you only like cats and you don't prefer dogs, don't be a dog person. Be your cat person. Find your cat people that you will relate to. So building up the relationships and doing the follow-up is what is going to build your business. Let's see, who, what, where, when. When you send out your follow-up. So after they've sent you've gotten the email that they received their order, you've gotten the email that it's shipped out, your follow-up from there would be, did your order come in? Did everything make it okay? Have you unboxed your Scentsy goodies yet? Have you unboxed your goodies? Can you send me a picture of where you set it up? I can't wait to see that warmer in your house. These questions there will help your customer know that they probably need to open the box. Guys, some of our customers will buy things and then it just sits there. And if it just sits there, then nobody knows. Like, they don't know that maybe the light bulb got broken in transit, or maybe they didn't know that an element warmer doesn't have a bulb, and they are sitting there waiting for the bulb to come because they thought maybe it's going to come separate. The element warmers have a heating, like a heating pad, a heating tray, and it just sits on top of that, and that's what melts it. There's no light bulb. So they don't have to worry about replacing the light bulb, but that means there's no light that comes from it. So that is, what else? Unbox it. And it also gives you a good opportunity to remind them to change out wax. So if they have a new warmer coming into their house, before you put wax in there, why don't you go ahead and clean out all of your waxes? Because some people don't know that they have to clean out the wax. Sometimes they put in old waxes with the new waxes, and they think that that's going to just refresh it. Well, guys, it's like putting your dirty clothes in with your clean clothes. Your clean clothes don't make the dirty clothes get clean. It kind of makes your clean clothes get dirty. So that's your who, what, where, when, why. Why do they want to buy from you? What's the reason for them buying from you? What's the reason for them to get it from you and not me or from someone else on our team? They're purchasing it from you because of you. So be you, because you don't need to be anybody else. That's the best part about Scentsy, is that we all have the same products. We all have access to the same things. But people buy from me because they know, like, and trust me. They'll buy from you when they know, like, and trust you. So you have to leave that vulnerability there for them to see it. Like, I know it's hard to be a little bit vulnerable, but they will relate to you more if they know that you're a person and you're not just a salesperson. You're not, like, your life is not perfect. Guys, my life is horribly not perfect, but it's perfectly mine. It's just not perfect for everybody else. And if people get to know you and they get to see the craziness of your life, they're going to relate to you more, because maybe, I tell them all the time, I'm not a cleaner. I hate to clean. I will sweep stuff up and I'll wipe it up, but vacuuming and mopping and, like, I don't mind wiping down counters, but the floors. And I'm a little bit of a clutter bug. Like, my families are hoarders, and so it takes everything I can to purge my house. So I have to be very careful with that. But again, it's the cleaning. Like, I don't mind cleaning off the toilet. I don't care, if you get sick and I don't mind cleaning it. But just to clean it is like, no. I didn't have to clean toilets growing up because I had 3 brothers, and I didn't have to clean the toilet. I got to clean everything else. I did not have to clean the toilet. But your who, what, where, when, why. Start thinking of that for your follow-up. Every instance and every person is going to have a different story. So I can't tell you specifically each one of your customers on what to send, but I can definitely give you ideas. What is your gut instinct? If someone bought something from you, from your hand, you had it in your hand and you gave it to them, what would you say? Thanks. Hope to never see you again. No. You'd want to make sure that everything is working okay and everything is, did they use it? Did they like it? You can check back with them as like, oh my gosh, so how are you loving that warmer? You can check on them a week later. Now, the consistency of checking on people is up to you. There are a lot of different systems out there, and there's a lot of different ones that you can search through YouTube. You can just Google Scentsy systems and it will show you the different ways. But there's a 2-2-2, which is 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months to check back up. There's a 3-3-1, which is like 3 days, 3 weeks, and then a month after the last time that you sent a message. So there's different ways and systems that you can use, or you can create your own. Guys, the systems, again, I know people are going to be like, it's a system. It's not scary. It's what works for you. Are you consistent enough to, when you get an email that an order is done, that you're going to send a text message right away? And then what do you do from there? Do you remind yourself in a week to check to make sure that they got it? Did you remind yourself in a week after that to make sure that they unpacked it and that everything was okay? Guys, I'm not a complainer. If I order something online and it comes in broke, I just throw it away. And I don't order from them again. Like, I don't want to complain because I don't want to be one of those people. There's people like me out there, guys. So they're not going to reach out to you. Now, if someone had messaged me, it's like, how did you love this? I'd be like, well, it came broke. And if they're like, sorry for your luck, then I would just be like, okay, sorry for your no more sales. I just spent $200 with you. So think about that. How do you want to be responded to when you purchase things? Think of the scenarios of when you buy something online. It doesn't matter if it's from a big box store, if it's from a mom and pop, or if it's from someone making something out of their garage. How do you want it to, like, do you want them checking up on you whenever you got it? Hey, did you get it? Did everything come in okay? Yes. We want to know that we are important. So your customers also want to know that they are important. So the last thing is, how do we find those people? So now we've been in business for like a couple months or 6 months, or like me, over 2 years. How do we find those people to follow up? Because maybe I haven't had a system, or maybe I don't know where to start. And maybe I'll just start next month, or I'll start next month. Guys, don't start next month. Start today. Start your follow-ups today with any of your customers. Now, if they ordered yesterday, I would just thank them. I wouldn't be like, hey, you want to order again? Or, hey, how do you like your warmer? It probably hasn't shipped yet. So you want to make sure that you are kind of being, you got to let people have their time to get kind of situated to getting their new products. If you checked on them in a week and they said, no, I haven't had time to get to it to set it up, then say, okay, I'll check on you next week. Will that be okay? Okay, so now they know that they're kind of going to be expecting a message from you in a week. And then message them in a week and say, hey, did you have a chance to set that warmer up yet? Or is it over there collecting dust? I mean, be funny with the people you know you can be funny with, guys, because my humor is not for everybody. And I always have to put emojis of like, hee hee hee, because sometimes it can be taken bad if you just read it phonetically. Okay, so now we've been in business for a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a couple of years. How do we find those people we forgot? Well, there is a training that Katie Lassiter did about running the reports. And I did this report on one of our trainings, but you can go through multiple different ways to find your orders. So you can go through your contacts on your workstation, and there is a column that says last purchase. Click it twice, and then it will show the people that last ordered. You can write them down. You can export it to Excel or Word or however you need it. And that way you can print it off and you can modify all the columns, all the good things. Then you can run that, or you can go into sales reports and run from there people who haven't ordered or need to reorder a certain time frame. And you can go through that list. Guys, I did this a couple of weeks ago. It was 17 or 18 pages, something like that. I don't know. I still have them over by my bed. But I just sat down and I started messaging everybody, just letting them know that the spring and summer stuff was leaving. If I noticed that they had a certain scent of the things that are being discontinued, like gone forever, then I let them know. I got a couple of orders from it. I got a couple of responses. Some of them I didn't get any responses, and there were some that said, please don't message me again. Now, again, those are customers that were from maybe the beginning of my business. Actually, not could. They were from the very beginning of my business, and they may have only ordered for a friend, or they placed an order, or maybe they didn't like the customer service they got. Maybe I did give them horrible customer service. I'm okay with that, because I'd rather know not to message them than continue messaging them and then be like, oh my gosh, this lady won't stop messaging me. But you can go back 90 days. You can go back like 6 months. That's basically from the beginning of our catalog, and start looking to see of the things your customers ordered. You can do a search through your history of different products and see who bought them. There's many ways to run a report. It just depends on how you want the information and what information you're wanting on what's the best way. I can help anybody. If you have questions on that, just let me know. Let's see. But what she does is, so Katie Lasser was talking about, she prints those off, and then on the back sheet, she puts host, join, buy, and then club. And so that way she knows those are different things that she needs to look at. Now, she kind of goes over her list before she even starts messaging customers to see, because you're going to notice if someone is buying from you consistently, and that means you notice that they're constantly buying. That means you notice their name is constantly coming up either on emails or whenever you go through your order history. That person there either needs club or needs to join. Or maybe it's time for them to get some free products and ask them to host a party. Guys, they're already buying from you. So make sure that you're seeing if they're wanting to join for the huge special this month. If they're wanting to host a party and get some free and half price items. Or if they want to get a deal on their current items and they need to start a club. So those are the ideas that you need to look at when you have a list. When you come up with your system and you have whatever system you have, let us know what it is of what's working for you or what you are wanting to get from it. I can teach you all different kinds of systems, but what my mind processes information is going to be different from yours. So you need to make sure that it's something that clicks with you and becomes easy. I always tell everybody in my team, if it's taking you more than 20 minutes to do something, then stop. Just stop. Because either you're not comprehending on how it needs to be done, your mind's not wrapping around it, you're getting frustrated, and third, you're going to get overly frustrated and be completely done, and then that whole thing is gone whenever it was something small that you missed. Call me, message me, let me know that you're having a problem with whatever, and then we can walk you through or find a different way to do it. There is not one way to do everything. There is your way, there's my way. So like what works for me may not work for you. What works for someone else may not work for somebody else. So you have to realize that don't get frustrated that you can't get someone else's system down because that system that they created for themselves. You always want to basically customize whatever system is to work for you. I think that is about it. So if you have any questions, follow-ups, guys, just do it. Don't wait. Don't say, oh, I'll do it at the beginning of the month. It'll be easier. Oh, I'll wait till the 15th. Oh, I'll wait till the end of the month. Guys, sometimes you just have to have that 20 seconds of courage to change your life. 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds of courage. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go do your follow-ups. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys.